Slasher Ripper is the 5th season of the Slasher Anthology series. Season 5 takes us to a period piece in Toronto in the early 1800s. We're following a large group of rich jerks being targeted by the Widow. The Widow is a killer who dresses in mourning robes, and they attack one of the elite of the city and brutally murder them in a shitty part of town as a warning with poetry. And we're following a police inspector who might have something to do with why the Widow is trying to get revenge for something that happened 12 years ago. So we have plenty of flashbacks of who died back in the day, the group that covered it up, and what's going on in the modern day. So we're mainly following a detective. He has to work with the inspector who's corrupt, and there's a large, colorful cast of characters from the local town coroner who's got a weird fixation on experimenting with dead bodies. You've got a traveling magician and his assistant, 2 vicious sisters who pimp out their other sister, and of course Eric McCormack plays Basil Garvey, the sort of super powerful, influential, nasty gentleman, but behind closed doors he's like almost a gangster basically, and he's got a bodyguard, and there's a few other characters in there too. This might be one of the best seasons of Slasher. I'm not gonna lie, this is like a more brutal, more violent. For some reason, I think it's because they take the entire plot way back to modern, or not modern day, but since it's a period piece, a lot more misogyny, a lot more amped up people swearing at each other. There's a lot less manners, and some of the deaths are just really frightening and really upsetting. There's one especially in episode 3 that's just it just takes the cake as one of the most memorable of the series, and the story is pretty hard to guess who the killer is. Really good deaths. A little bit slow in the pacing because the last episode literally ends after the final kill and doesn't really give you any denouement or any epilogue of what's going to happen next. It just sort of ends the series right there, and it felt a little bit too quick. They could have moved things around and had a little bit more of an epilogue. But overall, the most gnarly kills, one of the best seasons. Some of the characters seem a little bit underutilized, like the Botticelli sisters, played by a fan favorite Paula Brancati, doesn't get to do much, and her sister. But overall, I like the new additions, and there's just a harder edge to this. Didn't like there's a lot of swearing. Didn't feel like it fit with the period piece. Everyone should have had a different kind of acting coach, I guess, to sort of keep the verbiage a little bit old school. I'm not expecting them to speak Shakespeare, but when they drop the F-bomb so much, it just makes it seem a little bit too modern. But overall, it's really violent and definitely intriguing. Really enjoyed this season of Slasher.